Oh, sweet. Okay, that's what's up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Streamline Podcast. If I'm correct, this is episode 90. Man, there are a lot of interesting things that we got going on. But before we go ahead and get into this video, guys, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we do upload every weekend. Sometimes not, but we do upload every weekend, and we greatly appreciate you guys' viewership. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. There's a lot of stuff that's been coming on in the media. A good God, it just got me so proud. Some very interesting topics that we're gonna jump on today. I know it's relatively early. I had it planned for later on, but I'm going to be at work, so I had to go ahead and shoot it now. Uh, but while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, first, I would like to talk about the Firestarter trailer. Now, for those who don't know, Firestarter is a novel written by Stephen King that came out in 1980. Um, I want to say, what's it? One of his first books? I'm not sure, but it's one of his first books. Very popular book, and the story essentially follows this father who's trying to protect his daughter from this government agency because she has the ability of pyrokinesis. Now, the first film that came out in 1984, and it was played by Drew Barrymore. One of her most notable roles, and I think one of the ones that actually got her acting career started. I could be wrong about that, um, but there it is. Now there was a miniseries that serves as a follow up of the little girl when she's older, called Firestarter Rekindled, and it was played by what's that woman's name that played in Queen of the Dam, the cute woman, Margaret Moreau. She ends up playing an adult version of the character. So we got two actresses playing the character. Now, a person I haven't, again, I don't know if I said it, but I haven't read Firestarter. It's one of those, like I said, I've been planning to get to. I've been planning to jump into a lot of what Stephen King has to offer. I just hadn't got to it yet. So I'm interested to see where they're going. And now when I watch the trailer, I don't know any of the actors or the actresses. The film is was developed by Blumhouse. Now, Blumhouse has a really interesting record because it seems like half the movies that they got coming out is okay. The other half seem like they're just garbage. Now, I was very impressed with them with The Invisible Man. That actually surprised me, and I actually got a chance to actually watch that. So that one actually surprised me. That one actually pretty much got me having has built my faith up in them. It was The Invisible Man. I like how it felt like it was very character driven and not just over the top, somebody just being invisible. Basically, another rendition of the Hollow Man, which I actually liked Hollow Man, but you understand where I'm coming from. So this is what I can say about the trailer. I actually thought the trailer was actually pretty good. It looks like there's going to be some crazy what is it, techniques, techniques. I forgot the word, but it looks like there's just going to be some crazy stuff going on. I hope that this film does focus on the relationship between the father and the daughter, because that's essentially what the original movie did, as well as the book did. So I'm interested to see if they're going to keep it character based. I want them to um, have a really good relationship. I'm interested to see about the mom because I had really hadn't got too much not interest, but hadn't really got a lot of information when it comes to the mother, but mainly the father and the daughter, which you do see as prominent in the trailer. So I'm actually interested to see where they're going to go with that. This is serving as a remake, which I like it because a lot of the Stephen King films that are coming out are remakes. They got the Salem's Lot remake that's coming out. I really enjoyed the It films. So Firestar, I think it's a pretty interesting way to go as well. They actually had a remake of The Stand, the television series. I hadn't got a chance to watch that one yet, but they had a remake of Children of the Corn. So there's a lot of remake that they're going with Stephen King. But as far as the trailer goes, I think the trailer actually does emphasize that this overwhelming power that this girl has, she essentially is like like this is like the Dark Phoenix of Stephen King. I think that's actually a good way of stating that. You have the girl that's Jean, you have the father that's basically Scott, and then you got this government organization which is basically the whatever Sebastian Stan, not Stan, Sebastian Shaw, whatever that group was. I can't remember what they're called now. They had a stupid name. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, so this is basically Stephen King's version of the Dark Phoenix. So I'm interested to see how they're going to play with it. It looks like there is going to be some tension. It looks like there's going to be some action. It looks like there's going to be some. And I'm interested because the film kind of goes into this actiony has this actiony tone to it. And then there's this scene towards the end where it looks like she's accepting accepting this, and it looks like it's actually kind of feeding into a darker side of her. And I'm like, is this going to kind of turn into horror a little bit? So I'm interested to see how they're going to go about doing that. I think that's actually a fantastic idea. When you get such power, it does, and like fire, it can consume you. I think that's a pretty I think that's a pretty good way of actually stating that. So I'm interested. Now the main girl, of course, is Charlie McGee. So, and of course, she's got this. She learns she has the ability to use fire. Her family has been struggling with her being able to control it, and then the field seems like it just gets out of control. Government agency finds out that this girl has this power, and now they're going after her. Of course, the government trying to use this girl as a weapon or to experiment on her. So I get the emotional context behind what's going on, and I love seeing movies where we have like a family member in this type of predicament, and it shows how their family is going to react to it, the lengths that they would go to protect that person. That is one of the reasons I'm actually interested in it, besides the actual overall idea of it. So, what's the Netflix show Raising Dion? I think that's actually a pretty good idea. This little boy got these powers, and the mom trying to help. See, I like ideas like that, and I think Stephen King does a good job of actually showcasing relationships. Not so much action, but really the relationships between characters and given situation. Hell, the father and the son in The Mist. I think that was actually pretty good as well. With the father, how far, what lengths would the father go to protect his son against this world of monsters now? And that includes the ones that's inside the people. So as far as the Firestarter trailer goes, I was actually really impressed with it. I thought, I mean, it does kind of look a bit actiony, and I'm a little worried about that, but the story is interesting, and from what I've seen, it looked like it's going to be an interesting film. So moving on, we're going to be talking about the DC teaser trailer thing, where honestly, I'm on the fence about it in a lot of aspects. Look, the DCEU, I know a lot of people don't like the DCEU, but honestly, I actually do like it. I think it's good. I think it's got a good story. I like the action. I like the tone. People don't like comic books having a dark tone. Fuck that. I like comic books having a dark tone. I like the characters. They've done an exceptionally good job with casting in every film so far. I know people have an issue with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I didn't have it because I felt like if his character would continue on being in the movies, his character would evolve into the eventual Lex Luthor. And I think it would have been a challenging role for Jesse Eisenberg to come to that. So, hey, Chris, how you doing? Uh, Thanks for joining us. But I'm interested to. There's a lot that I like about the DC what they've shown, but I'm also there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about it. First, I know that everybody's sitting here. I say Ariel. Everybody's sitting here going crazy over the characters that they showcased, the costume designs, some of the casting. I think that's actually okay. I think that's okay. I think that's a bit surface level, but honestly, I wasn't as impressed as I wanted to be. First, The Rock as Black Adam. On one hand, the man has the physical appearance of the character, physically, not maybe fully facially or whatever, but he does have the physical appearance of the character. And I think it would be cool to see him play that character. Unfortunately, watching this trailer, I was very disappointed. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't look like Black Adam. Honestly, it looks like The Rock. I guess because I have the Rock fatigue or whatever. Because I'm at this point where every time I watch a movie with him in it, it just looks like he's playing the same exact role every movie. It's not that he, changes it up. I guess because of watching him play movies where he typically looks the same, and he does typically have the same roles, and he does typically play the same character in each one. But it's not like he changes it up. It's not like he has a beard, a significant beard. It's not like he has hair. It's not like I don't know. It's not like he changes his look. And it feels like that's the same thing what's going on with Black Adam. He doesn't have the ears. He doesn't have the hair. And another issue that I have with Black Adam, this feels more like an anti-hero film. And I don't want Black Adam to be an anti-hero. I want this man to be a fucking villain. Yes, if he comes out in another movie or something and he's redeemed himself, fine. But I don't want to see Black Adam play a damn hero. And I do feel like that has something to do with The Rock, because it seems like a lot of times he typically, I don't want to say he's like child friendly or anything, but it seems like he doesn't really want to play a villain in really any of his stuff. In fact, most of the stuff that hey, thank you. Yeah, Black Adam is a legend. Thank you for joining us here. It just, like I said, I like The Rock. It feels like it's him. It ain't Black Adam. It's Black Rock or The Rock. That's why I feel. No, I like Black Adam. My problem is I think The Rock is not going to be playing Black Adam. I think he's just going to be playing The Rock. Even when you see him in like the suit and stuff, you don't see Black Adam. You see The Rock. And I'm like, it could have changed him up or something. I don't know. Put some prosthetics on, change his nose, put some prosthetics on, change his ears or something. Like, I think the man's a good actor in some roles, but I think it's repetitive because he typically plays the same role all the time. Of course, the trailer that the little heroes, we need hero thing shows the Flash. It shows nah, I'm sorry, man. I can't agree with that. Like I said, I like him, but he typically plays the same character in every movie that he's in. Some movies he manages to deviate. It's like if you watch Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart typically plays himself in every movie. There are some movies where he diverges from that, but at the same time, a lot of movies typically play the same thing. Now, I'm hopeful if he can kill this role. I'm hopeful for it. Because a lot of times people say, uh, that casting is bad. Tom Hardy was cast as Bane. It was an issue. Heath Ledger, initially when he was cast as the Joker, it was an issue. Henry Cavill, when he was cast as Superman, was an issue. Most of the time, they kill it. So maybe he can prove me wrong. I'll be the first one to say, okay, he proved me wrong. We had Hawkman. I had a video where was talking about the dude being cast as Hawkman, and I had an issue with it because the dude was black, and I'm like, Hawkman's a white guy. I'm sorry, he is, and I like seeing black superhero characters and stuff, but there are literally dozens of black superhero characters they could have picked from. Why couldn't this dude that's playing Hawkman play Jon Stewart? Why couldn't he play the dude that Steel? Why couldn't he play Mr. Terrific? Why did he have to be Hawkman? I don't like race changing certain established characters. If it's a new character, if it's more of an ambiguous character or something like that, fine. But if it's an established character, I don't want them to race change. Again, maybe the guy killed the role. Cool. But initially, I don't like people being race changed like that. Oh, it's okay. I understand, man. You don't have to agree with me. Everybody has their own opinions on these things. I don't have a T-shirt. Are you talking about the one I'm wearing? I mean, I don't know. I actually think it's pretty cool. You can I forgot why you can go to Spencer's and get it. I think that's where I got this one from. Also, we had Dr. Fate, and it looked like it's going to be played by Pierce Brosnan. Love Pierce Brosnan. Okay. I love Pierce Brosnan. He's Dr. Fate, I believe. I want to see this man kill this role. I think he's a good actor. In fact, he's one of my favorite actors. He hasn't really been in anything good lately that I've seen, and this be good. This I think is his first appearance in like a comic book movie. So I'm like, cool. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, go online, I guess. Go Amazon it if you can. Don't Spencer's have? Don't they have a website? Why don't you try their website? I think they have a website. Try their website. But Dr. Fate is one of those characters. How he's kind of obscure. I don't really care about Dr. Fate like that, but I think he's an interesting character. My magic character in DC is Zatanna. I would like to see a Zatanna movie. I really don't see too much from Dr. Fate. So maybe maybe it'll be something that impressed me. I like them in the Young Justice. I thought it was pretty cool. I've seen some of the Justice League Dark comics, and I think he's been. Or maybe I'm getting. I've read a lot of DC comics, and I've seen them in and out of them, but I haven't read any main Doctor Fate comics. So maybe this definitely will pull my attention to the character. We had of Adam Smasher. I've seen him in the Justice League television show, but I haven't actually. I don't know much about him. The little shot that we did get him did look pretty cool. I can say that. And the costume design actually looked pretty cool. Cyclone. I don't know who the hell that is. I know it was a chick that was on there. Maybe in like another stream, but not this one. Um, yeah, that's something else, man. Not in this stream. Maybe that's a discussion for something else on like another channel or something, but not this one. Cyclone. I'm not really sure who Cyclone is. When I got Cyclone, I was actually thinking of that Asian guy from the Super Friends. I'm thinking that's what there is, but it was a chick that they showed, and I don't know if they gender swapped it or if this is a new character or if this is another character that I'm thinking of. There's another character just independent of what I'm saying. But I'm like, okay, so far. Again, I don't know anything about Cyclone. Of course, we did. What is up with you on my shirt? The costumes. I actually thought the costumes looked pretty good. We get a shot of Aquaman, and he has this like green suit on. I actually like the one original suit that he has from the first movie, the golden suit, more than I like the green suit. Because honestly, the green suit looked like he's about to go scuba diving. Uh, the Flash. Now, the Flash next to Black Adam, the Flash actually had an interesting moment in the film, in the trailer. He's going to do the whole the Flashpoint paradox. I think I've had an issue with that. I think it's an interesting way to reboot the DCEU. Me personally, I think the DCEU is actually fine as it is. They just need to be just refine this overall story a little bit more. And I hate the fact that they're going to reboot it. Roblox is okay. I hadn't really played it. I've seen my niece, my niece-in-law play it. It seemed like it's pretty fun. Look pretty fun. Do you play Roblox? Uh, but anyways, so I actually thought that was actually pretty cool. But again, the Flashpoint paradox, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, I thought the Flashpoint paradox was going to happen after Justice League, where everybody dies, so the Flash runs back to the past to try to change the past. So, and apparently, the Flashpoint, from what I've seen and what I know, maybe it is, but it seems like, yeah, yeah, I've seen that in Roblox. It looked pretty interesting, but I don't understand like how they're going to go about the Flashpoint. It's like, is this going to actually follow the comics where he's like, well, I'm going to try to go save my mom, or is this to actually prevent the disaster? So I'm interested. See what happened if you look at Justice, what is it, Justice League Dark, the Apocalypse War. When Flash goes back into the past, is to change the past because the future got fucked up by Darkseid, right? So I'm thinking that was going to be the same thing with him doing it this time. He runs back to the past to change the dark side and end up fucking everything up. But apparently this ain't going to be it. I actually was surprised that they didn't put Michael Keaton in, but I'm one of the guys that's like, look, I like Michael Keaton. I don't want to see an 80-year-old Batman. I don't. I think that shit's stupid. But hey, that's just me. So initially with what's going on in DC, I have to say, I actually thought it looked okay. I don't think personally, from what I've seen, it was that much substance. I just think like everything just looked all right. We get a little bit of a trailer, that little teaser of Black Adam, and again, I currently I don't buy The Rock as Black Adam. I do not. I'm sorry, I just don't. But we'll move on from there. And let's talk about Jurassic World Dominion. Now, I finally seen a trailer for this, and I'm not looking forward to this film because I didn't like the other film. I thought the other film was wasted potential. It seemed like two movies in one, actually. And going down the list, one of the issues that I've had with the trailer so far was seem like they're bringing back everybody. Everybody that's ever been in any fucking Jurassic Park movie is going to be in this film. I'll be surprised if Julianne Moore ain't in the movie. The black chick from the second movie, the little girl from the second movie, she's not going to be in it. Vince Vaughn's not going to be in it. Who else? The chick that got ate in Jurassic World by the giant sea monster ain't going to be in it. So I don't. The casting wise, I don't like it. I don't like it. Jeff Goldblum's character is going to be in it. And I'm like, some of these. In some aspects, some of these characters can make a return and it's believable. It's not nostalgia. And right now, a lot of the movies people have been making, especially either reboots, remakes, or sequels, feel like they're just throwing the people and characters in for nostalgia. That was one of the biggest problems I had with Coming to America 2. You had all of these characters just come back for nostalgia, and story-wise didn't make any sense. And it feels like this might be doing the exact same thing. This is a worldwide event where it looks like the dinosaurs are all over the world at this point. Now, how humanity hasn't reined them in, I don't know. I felt like this is what they were going to do. They was going to capture, because it wasn't that many dinosaurs that got off that damn island. But I thought they was going to actually capture all the ones in the wild, throw them in the valley somewhere, leave them in that ecosystem. That's it. Apparently, the dinosaurs just fucking blew up, and now and I've been listening to the audiobook, so I really enjoyed the first Jurassic Park book, and I've been on The Lost World and how they delve into extinction. They talk about extinction a lot, and it makes it seem like, in this film, I'm actually interested to see, are they going to explore the extinction aspect, because one thing that was stated in the trailer was that humans and dinosaurs cannot live together. And is it going to be either let dinosaurs live and we become extinct, or we live and they become extinct? I am interested to see how they're going to go with that. There is some interesting aspects, some interesting action pieces that I've seen. Of course, you got I'm going to say Peter Quill because I can't remember his name. Peter Quill on the motorcycle being chased by raptors. I think that's actually a pretty interesting idea. Now, I'm actually thinking about one thing, because it looks like an interesting scene, because one of my favorite scenes from Jurassic World was the scene with the motorcycle and him, driving a motorcycle with the raptors. But it looked like the raptors were chasing him, but they were bypassing all these other people. And I'm like, well, if they're trying to kill him, maybe out of a meal, because they're like, they target him because of a meal. Because you got to think about it, predators want an easy prey. They're going to probably kill one of the other people that they're passing. So I'm interested to see. Have no idea what the hell that means. But I'm interested to see how they're going to play that. I'm interested to see how they're going to explain how the dinosaurs just straight up blew up and everything. I'm interested to see Peter Quill's, Chris Pratt's character's relationship with Blue the raptor. How the hell that raptor got pregnant too? Unless no, I don't understand how the raptor got pregnant. I want them to answer those questions because she supposedly was the last raptor. Unless this new raptor that's with her is like a clone or something, or they found an egg or something. I'm interested how they're going to go about explaining that. I'm interested how they're going to like at the end of Fallen Kingdom. They kind of make it seem like it's like this big, grandiose fantasy adventure, expanding with the dinosaurs and stuff, and how hopeful the future is going to be. But then you see this one scene where these people are like in the water in a wave, and then you see that big ass whatever dinosaur that is that's under the water swimming up on them. So you're like, well, damn, they all fucked. And then you got a scene on here where these fishing boat is a fishing boat. Apparently, I think it's a fishing boat. And then this thing sits there and flips the boat. So I am interested in see how they're going to go with that. I am, and I'm a little. But then again, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Some of the scenes that I've seen in here, I'm like, would they actually do that? Like, animals typically avoid humans due to high population and being concentrated on one spot. There's a scene where it's like two T Rexes in the middle of a fucking city. And I'm like, wouldn't they actually kind of steer clear? Because there's so many people. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm on the fence about it. I think it's interesting. At the same time, I'm like, So we'll just go ahead and move on. Look, I have some really, really good news. Telltale is making a comeback. So far, I think they end up closing in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. Broke my heart because some of my favorite games that they end up making, and a lot of them had to do with mismanagement. Mismanagement messes up everything, of course. But they're making a comeback. A lot of the people that actually work for the company end up taking it into their hands, and they require a lot of the different assets and stuff, the different licenses. They're making a comeback, and they're bringing Telltale back. Now they've been actually working on this a while, pretty much since it all started, but all of it's been kind of hush hush. Everything's been being developed in the background. All the stuff that they've been needing to do, they've been doing it, just keeping everything on a hush hush and everything. But it looks like they're going to be coming back, and they're going to be coming back strong. They've already announced two games that they're going to come out with. The Expanse, which I have not watched that show yet, but I've been very interested to watch it. And of course, The Wolf Among Us 2, a Telltale series. For those who don't know, love The Wolf Among Us. It even got me the Fable comics that it's actually based on. Love the comics as well. It's just awesome in a lot of aspects. I'm glad to see that this company still is making a comeback. Now, there's a trailer for it. I hadn't seen the trailer yet. I've seen stills of it. The graphics do look pretty good. They look more refined, a bit more crisp than they did in the original. I think the company that's actually behind it is LCG Entertainment. Yes. For those who don't know, Telltale made what was it? Back to the Future game, the Jurassic Park game, The Walking Dead, which really brought them to prominence. Batman, Tales from the Borderlands, Gears, not Gears. Oh, I was gonna say Gears of War, but it's actually Game of Thrones. They've made a lot of great games. Now, CEO Jamie O'Tilly and developer Nick Herman are some of the faces of the company that's been pushing for this, and I think that they've done an exceptional job. And I can't wait to see the game. Now, The Wolf Among Us 2 is going to be coming out next year. That's going to be freaking awesome. Now, but there are some things that I want them to fix. Having played Stranger, Life is Strange, having played Life is Strange, having watched being played Until Dawn, having watched being played House of Ashes, their choice system needs to be on point. It needs to be better. One of the biggest problems that I actually had with Telltale was the illusion of choice. And even though it changed up the course of the story, ultimately a lot of the choices felt meaningless. I want them to do a better job with that. I think a lot of people actually had a big issue with that. And it's like I like Telltale, but I want them to actually give us choice, actual choices that actually make a difference. You make a choice and the character gets killed off, it affects the whole story. Or if you make that choice and that person lives, it actually affects the whole story. You know, when you actually played The Walking Dead, and at the end when Lee actually gets infected, you have a choice to either cut his arm off to help stave the infection, or to let him keep his arm because it's already infected. Now, when you play the game, either choice that you make doesn't change the game at all. That is a problem. That is a problem because what was the point of making a choice? Yes, it's cool seeing how the cinematics play with it, but at the same time, we still need the actual the choices. The choices need to matter, and I hope that they do a better job with that in this. Not all of their games were hindered by it, but it did affect most of their games. Also, I want to jump to something else. Magic the Gathering is getting an anime. Now, this ain't the only film anime or film adaptation that they're doing. There's another company that's doing something as well. I haven't really played Magic the Gathering. Now, Magic the Gathering is one of the biggest like card games out there. Bigger than, and it's been around for quite some time. Actually, I feel like Magic the Gathering is a mix between World of Warcraft and Yu-Gi-Oh, or if you say World of Warcraft, Dungeons and Dragons, and probably Yu-Gi-Oh. It's been around for a freaking long time. Now I haven't really played too many of the card games. I've actually played more games like on the Xbox. When I downloaded it, it seemed pretty fun. I didn't really have a lot of time committed. Again, I came up during like the Pokemon era and Yu-Gi-Oh era, so I'm more into Yu-Gi-Oh. I got a big ass box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards right there. And it's recently I've been starting to learn how to play the Pokemon card game as well. So I'm actually happy to say that, you know. But Magic Gathering has been around for quite some time. Um, WIT Studios is supposed to be helming the project. I want to see what they have done. Um, what kind of stuff what kind of stuff have they WIT Studios, WIT Studios. Let's see what they've worked on. Oh, they did Attack on Titan. Love this. They did it. Yeah, they're responsible for Attack on Titan. Thumbs up to them. I got faith in them based solely on that. Let's see. Hozuki's Cool Headedness. Interesting title. Hadn't seen it. The Road Girls hadn't seen it. Seraph of the End hadn't seen it. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, no. The Ancient Magus, Spry, no. After the Rain, no. Kidama, no. Gunjiro, no. Vinland Saga. I think I've heard of the Vinland Saga. I think I've heard of it. Uh, Garu Gaku, Saint Girl Square Academy, Great Pretender, Vivi, Florit, I Song, Ranking of Kings, Onipan, Spy, X Family. I haven't seen none of that shit. None of it. They've done television anime. They've done film anime. I haven't seen any of this. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. Ooh, they did a short film on Star Fox. Is it? Hold on. Is it? Hold on. Short film adapted from. Oh, they did a Star Fox Zero short anime, short film. I need to watch that. And they've got video games under them too. Tales of the Rays. I ain't getting all that. Kotetsuchu no Kabaneri. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I think I played that. Princess Connect. And you got music videos. So they've got a lot. They've got a lot. They have got a lot. Based on Attack on Titan alone, though, I say Magic the Gathering is actually in pretty good hands. So I'm happy to see that. I'm very happy to see that. Um, Now, next month, many of the Marvel shows that were on Netflix are now being brought off. Now, so far, I haven't gotten any information saying it's going to be going to Disney Plus. And honestly, I was fucking pissed when they canceled the shows. I thought a lot of them had potential, but about half of them were decent. The other half were shit. Well, one was, let's go down the list. Daredevil, fucking awesome. Luke Cage, fucking awesome. Jessica Jones, fucking awesome. Iron Fist, first season sucked. Second season was a hell of a lot better. Really enjoyed the second season. Punisher, fucking atrocious. Both seasons. Interesting, some cool action here and there. Fucking bad. That was the word. That the Punisher was the worst one of all of them. The Defenders, I actually really liked it. The villains weren't really shit, but I love seeing these characters come together, interact together, how their worlds fit together, how they were brought together. Thought it was fucking awesome. Um, Now, look, I don't like Disney. I don't like their politics. I don't like their policies. I don't like a lot of the bullshit they're pushing, especially the little kids, all the propaganda garbage that they got going on. And as much as I like these shows, if they were to go on to Disney Plus and were to be continued on with Disney Plus, I would not get Disney Plus because I don't like Disney. Disney are just a bunch of assholes, especially like I said, with all the woke crap that they're doing. They're a bunch of assholes. How they treat people, employees, in their opinions and stuff is bullshit. How they treat fans in their opinions is straight up bullshit. And I would not support them. They can kiss my ass. But that's not saying that I do not still want these shows to live, because I do like the shows. I think the setup, and then Kevin Feige said that dumbass shit talking about some they weren't a part of the DCE, the MCU. And I'm like, how is they're not a part of the MCU when they fucking reference stuff that happened in the MCU? That doesn't make any sense. And then of course, oh yeah, what's going on? You okay? Yeah. I was saying hey to you morning. I didn't really get in the shower. I don't want to be in your video though. I'm all messy. Go ahead, go ahead. Anyways, um, like Kevin Feige said that dumb shit talking about how they're not part of the MCU, and then of course what happens? Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin pops up in Hawkeye, and then um, Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock makes an appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home. So if they can put, hopefully they take these characters, this series and stuff, and put them all into the movies. Then I'll be a little bit more but outside of that, I don't know what they got going on. So it is what it is. I hope they do find a new home. I was hoping somebody else would pick them up and continue it, but then again, Disney is trying to reacquire all of their licenses so they can keep building what they got going on. So uh, we got time for two more discussions. We talked about Black Adam, Jurassic World, Firestarter, Telltale Magic. Now, all right. Ridley Scott has a series in development. Amazon is going to be a sequel to the Blade Runner 2049 film, and this one is going to be Blade Runner 2099. Now, I actually liked Blade Runner 2049. I thought it was a good movie, had a good pace, had a good story, good writing, great performances. I thought it was just an entertaining film from the start to finish. Had some really good actors and actresses in the film. Put me on to some actors and actresses that were in the film. It had me actually kind of go back and tell back catalog, and actually got interested in the films. Thought it was a good movie. The first Blade Runner, didn't fucking like that movie at all. Didn't. I thought it was boring. I liked, I can't remember the main guy's actual name. I can't remember. Dang, what's his name? Harrison Ford. I like Harrison Ford. Like a lot of his films. That film I thought was fucking boring. I thought his character wasn't interesting. I thought the storyline with the chick in the film was actually pretty good. I actually liked her, especially that one scene you see of her like smoking and her eyes are like glowing, but it's actually they're reflecting the light. But it's a really cool shot. That was one of the films. Rupert Hauser, I think his name is. I actually liked his character. I actually really enjoyed his character and kind of the dilemma that his character had to deal with. I thought it was an interesting take with what they had going on in the film. The world setup, I think, is actually pretty good. I like those type of uh, like futures where it's like robots and androids and humanity and stuff like that, and things messed up. And I think it's interesting in a lot of aspects. I just found that the movie felt boring. I found that the Decker character, even though he was supposedly like the best detective or whatever, he honestly didn't feel ultimately as like the best detective. It felt like a lot of the action scenes that are in the film, he gets his ass kicked. I don't think he particularly figures out much of anything. I mean, he probably does. It's been a while since I've seen the film. I just know those were some of the highlights that I had, problems that I highlighted when I was watching. I was like, I don't like this character. He's boring. He doesn't do anything. He's not interesting. I like Harrison Ford, but I just can't get with this character. A lot of the other characters, I thought more of the not androids, cyborgs, what the fuck they are, replicants. Yeah, that's right. I think they were called replicants. Let me look that up actually, because I don't want to be wrong. I'm sitting here saying all of this stuff, and I could be totally wrong with what I'm talking about. But anyway, I actually thought that the movie had potential. It just did not catch my interest whatsoever. But for those who don't know, I do not mind. Yeah, replicants. Bam. When a fugitive group of advanced replicants led by Roy Batty Hauer escapes back to Earth, burnt out cop Rick Deckard, yeah, he is a fucking burnt out cop, reluctantly agrees to hunt them. Hunt them. But, anyways, dang, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, if you don't know me, Ridley Scott is making also is in development Aliens television series, and in that television series, it appears that it's going to focus on more of the background than the actual main events of Aliens. So you're seeing, what's going on with different characters while basically the alien story is happening, people that are manipulating events in the background, the corporation. I think all of that is interesting. And I like the fact that Ridley Scott is going to take the time out to delve into that. That also happens to be they're going to be doing the same thing with RoboCop. Hopefully, they're still going with that, where it's going to be building up to the events of RoboCop through some of the through Dick Jones in the film and his rise or whatever in the OCP company. And I like seeing stuff like that because it explores different aspects to the films and to the franchises. And I think honestly that this is actually a good move. This could be an interesting way to delve into the world of Blade Runner, give us more context to a lot of the events that have happened, give us more in terms of the characters, and hopefully this series does actually not do it for some nostalgia. Wow, but I mean, if it's a sequel, I want to see that it's a sequel, that these events in the movies before this series actually happen and they do matter. So I'm actually definitely hyped to see what they got going on with this series, the different directions they could potentially go. And really, Scott has had a weird track record. He started out pretty strong earlier 80s and 90s and stuff, and then it seems like more of his more recent films haven't been as good at the quality, not really quality wise, is yeah, quality wise. They haven't really been that good. But and in fact, I'm gonna see because again, I'm talking a good game, but I need to be more direct in what I'm saying. His career has been running strong since what, the 70s? Yeah. Oh, ooh. Okay. Uh, he's Legend was fucking weird. That was a weird ass movie. I remembered it and I thought it was so fun, and then I ended up watching it a few months ago. I was like, man, this is a fucking weird ass movie. Um, some of his more recent films I've had issues with. Is this now The Martian? I hadn't seen, but I wanted to. I really did want to. That movie I heard was really really good. Oh, he did the Exodus Gods and Kings. I didn't see that. I wanted to. Now, Alien Covenant pissed me off, and I guess I'm saying mainly because of Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Really did not like those movies. I was fucking pissed with those movies. I was like, how does man sit here gonna make this movie? Now, The Last Duel, I actually wanted to see too. I thought it seemed like a very interesting movie, and I like Matt Damon, and I think Adam Driver is pretty good. And I've been wanting to see that. Hell, I wanted to see House of Gucci. Yeah, I wanted to see House of Gucci. So yeah, really, Scott's okay. He's been I guess because of Aliens, I'm like, but some of his other films, the House of Gucci, The Last Duel, I did want to see. But anyways, I'm moving on with that. Like I said, I want to see it. This movie, it's going to be written by Silka Louisa. I'm going to look up who the hell Silka Louisa is first, because Louisa, well, it's just going to end up being a damn dude. I'm thinking it's a woman, but yeah, it's a woman. Okay, what has Silka Louisa done? I don't know. Usually, I always talk about directors and stuff, but not really writers. She was a producer of. She's going to be okay. She helped produce Shining Girls, 2022, The Wildling, The Wilding, and helped produce Strange Angel. Did a couple of episodes as a showrunner in Shining Girls. Produced Strange couple of episodes of Strange Angel, or is that something? Oh yeah, okay. Strange Angel, consulting producer. Ain't did much. To the Bone. I don't know. She's written what? Summer Shining Girl, Strange Angel, The Wilding, and To the Bone. Really, not a lot. Yeah, it don't seem like she did a lot. Well, that's interesting. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with her. Yeah, we'll see how it goes with her then. And I had one more, but looks like I'm running out of time. Now I don't want this to be too long. Plus, I got to go to work. Anyways, that is it, guys. Talked about a lot of great subjects today, a lot of upcoming movies, some really interesting trailers, some much needed good news, especially given Telltale coming back. Yeah, Telltale. Telltale is one of my favorites. I love their fucking games. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what are your thoughts about the subjects that we talked about. Are you looking forward to seeing the Jurassic World Dominion? Are you looking forward to see any of the DC films that are coming out? Are you looking forward to see the Firestarter as well? Tell me, what are your thoughts about Magic the Gathering getting the anime? Are you interested to see that? Telltale making a comeback. Are you interested in playing their games? What are your thoughts about Blade Runner 2099 and the Netflix Marvel shows being taken off Netflix? And should they go to Disney Plus? I mean, obviously, they're probably going to do that, but we'll see. And be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. Remember, we upload every weekend, and we'll see you guys next weekend.